Prime Minister has charged that the Congress has denied a Bharat Ratna to Dr. Ambedkar. Let's move on further to what else he said. A portrait was denied its place in the Parliament Central Hall earlier. He's also added that the Congress defeated Dr. Ambedkar in the polls twice. Pandit Nehru campaigned against Dr. Ambedkar is what the Prime Minister has said. Now, how's the India bloc countered this? They have said that the nation won't tolerate an insult to Ambedkar. They've also gone on to add that display of BJP's casteist and anti-Dalit mindset was seen in Parliament. This disrespect has crossed all limits of tolerance is what they are saying. And those who care for India will take Ambedkar's name is what India has countered this too. But what really is the legacy of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar? Who has really respected or disrespected him? Now, when it came to the Hindu Code Bill, it was allowed to lapse. This was spearheaded by Dr. Ambedkar, introduced in Parliament in 1947. The highest civilian honor of Bharat Ratna to B.R. Ambedkar in 1990, posthumously delayed by several decades, is a charge not by Congress, but a BJP-supported VP Singh government that actually gave this. The Congress has ensured his electoral defeat twice is another allegation which we heard the Prime Minister say. In 1951-52, in the first general elections, Dr. Ambedkar lost to Congress candidate by 15,000 votes. And in the 1954 by-poll, Dr. Ambedkar lost to Congress candidate by 8,500 votes. And in fact, this is as far as the entire legacy war is concerned. And these are the charges that are being made. I want Ashutosh to come in on this. Ashutosh, the big question that many are asking at this point of time is that was the Congress really fair in talking about or living up to the legacy of B.R. Ambedkar? The Prime Minister's statements, these facts that have been highlighted by the BJP are the case in point.
You know, this is the problem with people who have small mind. They forget that Ambedkar was a political opponent of Congress, and everyone knows he had differences even with Mahatma Gandhi. Despite that, Nehru tried to make Ambedkar a part of nation building. Instead of appreciating those efforts, they are now cooking up fact. If Ambedkar lost those elections, as they say, they should respect the electorate of that time, which thought that the Congress represented their those voters believed in. That has to be appreciated. Despite that, if Ambedkar was made the law minister, he resigned because of Hindu Code Bill, which was opposed by Shyama Prasad Mukherjee. Why don't they tell that?
Okay.
They will never say that. He was, and there is a book which says that Savarkar and Dange were actually the two people who campaigned against Ambedkar.
Okay.
They didn't like it.
Okay.
Just one more thing.
It's to a letter that Mr. Ambedkar wrote, which has come out in one of the latest books that has appeared, that it was Dange and Savarkar who opposed and campaigned against him and ensured his defeat.
Okay.
So you see the package.
Let's go point by point. You've made a number of points. This is a very important point. I want Pradeep to counter this because it is the RSS that is ideologically opposed to Dr. Ambedkar. Don't bring us into the picture.
Point number one, Narayan Kajolkar, the man who defeated Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar in conspiracy with the Congress party, was awarded Padma Award by the Congress party. Why did you celebrate a man who defeated Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar? And you know what? He was his assistant. This is how Congress treated Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. This is the original letter that Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar wrote to Veer Savarkar, acknowledging his efforts on untouchability and social justice. This is the original letter. Please go ahead and read it. Point number three, Jawaharlal Nehru wrote a letter to the first health minister, Amrit Kaur, calling Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar akin to a traitor. He said that he conspired with the British. That is what Nehruji's ideology was with respect to Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. When the Congress party was in power, Congress party, in order to further demean Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar, got a cartoon in the NCRT when Jawaharlal Nehru ji is being seen beating Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar. This is how much they hated. And my simple two question is, if you respected Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar, you could give it to your family members. Why did you not give Bharat Ratna to Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar? It was a non-Congress government supported by the BJP which gave. And why did you oppose the installation of Baba Saheb Bhimrao Ambedkar statue in the central hall of the parliament?
Ashutosh.